Hi, I'm Dave Forehand. We're in the garden at the Dallas Arboretum. Today I wanted to talk to you about flowering cherry trees. We have quite a collection here at the Dallas Arboretum. And one of everyone's favorites is the little tree I'm next to right now. This is a Yoshino Flowering Cherry. Yoshino Yedoensis is the Latin name. This is the famous tree that you'll see in Washington, D.C. planted along the tidal basin. And what I want to do is start with a young tree that you can see. This is what you can get from a nursery typically, and now is the time to plant. January, early February, even back in December would have been a good time. You want to plant these while they're still dormant and get those roots going before they begin to leaf out. So it's a good example of a tree that you could plant. Let's go take a look at a larger one. We're next to a mature Yoshino cherry. This one was planted about 12 years ago, and it was about the same size as the small one we just took a look at. See how beautiful this trunk is on the tree, and it's full reaching out of the branches. Little buds are just starting to form. These trees will usually around mid-March will be peak bloom. From start to finish, it's about a 10-day bloom cycle. Beautiful white, lightish pink, cloud form flowers all over the tree. Just spectacular. It's a great tree. Beautiful in the winter as well, as you can see from the trunk, and also the leaves are quite showy and have good fall color. The tree we're looking at now is called Prunus Mume, or Okame cherry. This is another great flowering one. This is one of the earliest flowering. Typically for us here in the Dallas area, we'll see this one blooming in mid to late February. It's one of the first trees to proclaim the start of spring. And in fact, right now, as you can see on this tree, the buds are beginning to swell. Every time we have a little warm spell, they'll open up a little bit more, but these will always be in full bloom as we go into the end of February. Light, almost bright pink in color, and real showy, and are the first harbingers of spring. Great size, trunk shape again. The foliage on this is nice and has good fall color again, so it's another great type of flowering cherry. We're next to a flowering apricot. This is a cousin of our flowering cherries. It's called Prunus Mume. Again, one of the earliest blooming flowering trees in the garden. You'll see these blooming in February, early February into late, depending on the weather. Every time it warms up here in our Dallas climate, you'll see more flowers. But again, beautiful blooms beginning to form. Nice smell to these as well. And a warm day like this, you see a lot of bees are out about pollinating as well. We're next to a Kwanzan cherry. This is different than the others in terms of how it blooms. It actually has some leaves before it actually has its flowers. So it'll leaf out and you'll get these large kind of pom-pom, bright, light pink pom-pom shaped flowers that'll form all over the limb structure here. Quite stunning. It's a Kwanzan cherry, Prunus serrulata. Another great choice, has good trunk structure, kind of stays more compact than some of the larger ones like the flowering types that we've taken a look at. So another good choice up near home if you want something that flowers. Big shiny green leaves that get great color in the fall, bright yellow orange. So all around another good flowering tree.